Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everyone going? Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. Fresh week, fresh start. Let's make some money this weekend, right? Let's break some milestones. Omega should be online now. Good morning, my good friend. How's it going? All right. So let's start as always with our futures, right? So we had a very interesting morning here today. The market is pretty green, right? A very green open. That's pretty interesting here. We're up 1.6% so far. And today we don't have any specific earnings that we will play, but we do have some earnings nonetheless, right? So we do have Bank of America, right? Bank of America, BAC had their earnings today, and let's just have a quick look here and see how those guys did. And if I remember correctly, I think they kind of they aced their earnings. It was a beat across the board. I remember them being, at least the last I checked, they were up 3.2% this morning, which is pretty good, right? So let's just jump quickly here and have a look. Let's see. There you go, Bank of America. Yeah, up 2.4% so far. Oh my bad. Uh, this is Citi, Bank of America. There you go. Bank of America. Whoa, up almost 4%, right? So, yeah, they did pretty well, right? Things are really working out for them. So, they're probably pulling up the market. See, the thing is like for the most part, banks have done pretty well, right? So we started off this earnings season with banks, and it's pretty interesting to see how these guys performed. They've been doing pretty well actually. So with the exception of Morgan Stanley, which missed, kinda, they're the only ones who really screwed the pooch here, and it's mostly their kind of their own fault. It's not an economic problem. Uh, they basically, like traded bad. They made bad calls and they lost a bunch of money. That's really it, right? Other than that, like, all good. We have this week three very interesting earnings. We finally get the start of the tech rally, right? Sorry, the tech earnings, which could start a tech rally, which could just start a market rally, right? So we got Netflix reporting, we got Tesla reporting, and we also got Snapchat reporting. And it's very funny because Snapchat and Netflix, since they're the first tech companies to report, usually signal the market, like drop or run, right? And the reason for that, even though Snap is sort of a insignificant company, if you think about it, is because Snapchat is the first advertising company to report, right? So usually people kind of guess what Facebook, what Google will be doing based off Snapchat. This is why usually you find the market run or die, based on it, right? So let's jump here into our charts. Let's have a quick look here into our futures, see how everything is doing. Market should be opening, within the next 20 minutes. I see we have Angelique. Great morning to you, Angelique. Omega says it's working. Well, that's excellent. I'm very happy it's working for you, my good friend. All right, so let's quickly jump here into futures and see where everything is. So we see here that, of course, we've been on an upward trajectory all morning. So we can also see here that for the past day, I can't really, like I said, we can't still say that we're in a bullish trend, right? Nothing here so far is bullish at all, right? Everything is just kind of wait and see, right? So we've been getting a little push by bank earnings, which have been pretty good so far, right? And it's really helping things out. But past that, really, everyone is kind of waiting for the major earnings, right? So your Teslas, your Googles, your Apples, which all will be out this week, right? So sorry, this month. So it's gonna be a very exciting month, right? We're gonna either be making a lot of money or just gonna crash the account. But one way or the other, big moves are going to happen. If you guys saw the post that I put out this morning, you guys can see actually the majority of the implied movements, or whatever basically options are pricing in, right? People are expecting huge movements in their stock, right? They're expecting 14%, 20% in some cases, like in Snapchat, right? So people are expecting big moves in the market, right, in this earnings season. And it is because we're at very, very critical levels, right? Like right now, if you look at the SPY, if you look at the QQQ, if you look at all these, we're in very, very, very critical levels. It's literally make or break for the majority of the stocks now. We're either going to get a big drop or we're going to get a big rally, which is interesting to see because we are quickly approaching elections, right? Which is usually a very bullish period. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here if earnings match with, seasonality expectations. And so far, they have, right? So far, most banks beat, right? So you have investment banks and retail banks, they actually beat earnings, right? So far, their earnings are good. And this is why, for the most part, I am bullish on, most earnings. Either we have already priced everything in my opinion, because we saw a CPI come out and the market pretty much reacted opposite to what we expected, right? So either everything is like extremely priced in at this point, right? All the possible bad earnings, all the possible bad CPIs, and we only have one way to go, and that's up. Or this is one huge bull trap, and we're gonna go down. The charts say we're kind of in a limbo zone, in a neutral zone, right? It's not very bullish and it's not very bearish either, right? Like if you look here at the futures, like what does this tell me? Absolutely nothing, right? Based off this, I can't really make a move. I can't really decide, whether I'm bullish or bearish. It says nothing. This is just basic chop, right? And it has been this way for a while now, right? So if we zoom out back a little bit here, we go all the way back to, let me just close some browsers because computer is feeling not so hot. So let's just close this off. We don't need it right now, right? Yeah, there you go. That's much better. So let's just zoom back here a little bit. Yeah, definitely my computer is feeling it today. I don't know why, but it's being pretty slow. It's being as slow as the market is. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, you look at this. This is like absolute chop. And the moment we break out of the range, we just get pulled back in it. And the moment we break to the upside, again, we get pulled back down, right? And then now we're trying to get out of it again. And we'll see, if today will be the day we get pulled back or not, right? So for the most part here, right, everything is just chopping. Everything is just going sideways, right? So at times like this, my personal recommendation, at least that's what I'll be doing, is just wait and see. For the most part, right? You get in, you get out, quick scalps, ins and outs, ins and outs. This is why like trading futures right now and scalping them is a good idea if you have a small amount of money, because you don't have to hold these for a long time, and they just work out for you. At least this is, again, like I said, this is my personal recommendation. None of this is financial advice. This is what I'll be doing today. So, and probably for the end of the week, because again, we're gonna need a signal here. We're gonna need a sign, and for the most part, we have a very, very, very big event coming up, which is earnings season. We are waiting to see how these companies report. And as soon as tomorrow, we're gonna start getting signs, right? So first sign is down, bank. Second sign we're gonna see here is Netflix, right? Netflix has had huge drops. We've been on Netflix for a long time now. We're expecting a very big move if they do not miss, right? This is why we've got our Netflix call. Things looking very smooth on there so far. Analysts been just pumping it back up. So yeah, I would say this things do look pretty bullish. And if you guys saw in the post that I did today as well, it's the same situation, right? You have your Netflix options pretty bullish. Again, a lot of people are getting in the stock. So it's a big move. It's going to be a big move up, or it's going to be a big move down, right? Same thing goes for Tesla, right? But the reason why we're in calls for Tesla, because Tesla options are, like neither here nor there, is like it's too beaten down. Like they actually release delivery numbers, right? And basically, what more would you be looking for in a company like Tesla other than delivery numbers, whether these delivery numbers would work or not, right? So you know, like seeing that these liver numbers were bad, people just absolutely sold the hell out of the stock. You know, of course, not to adding to that, of course, Elon Musk and all the crazy stuff that he's been doing. Still, you're seeing a big drop, you know, because of those, and it kind of seems priced in. And if we get a little bit of a surprise, just a little bit of a surprise there, I think Tesla could run a lot, right? Because like it's too discounted. So again, this is why we're in calls on Tesla. Um, Personally, I feel the risk to reward ratio in Tesla is not that hot, right? I don't feel like it's a stock that will be doing that has a lot more to the downside. So this is why I took the bullish play. But we will have to wait and see. Again, you never know what the market is going to do, right? So let's have a quick look here in the Discord. Let's see if anyone is saying anything. Nope, all seems okay, right? So our futures. So let's start looking here at our stocks and our plays for today, and let's start preparing for them. Let's see what happens. And now, great morning to you, my man. How's it going? Usually you're the first person in the chat. I would say my live stream is not complete unless you're the first, my good man. So you're gonna have to make that up to me tomorrow. All right, so we see here in the futures this channel. We've had this channel for a while now. Basically, what we're looking for here is a break of this big channel here. Sorry, of the upward trend here to get a bigger move up, right? But we see here we've been slowly grinding and chopping, trying to get up, but it's again it's been a struggle, right? It has not been very smooth up or down, right? We're very slowly grinding up. Not what you want to see if you're bullish, right? If you're bullish, this is not very promising, you know, because you can expect some consolidation, but if your whole move is just pure, you know, little pumps up, this is not a good sign. This is mean that the bulls do not have control of the market. They are not able to push the stock up, which is definitely not a good sign. Same goes for bears. Even though the bulls are struggling, but at least they are getting the stock up a little bit somehow. Bears are not really doing their job here. It does seem like volume overall is, you know, pretty low. And you know, again, comparatively, you look at this here, you compare it, you know, with the stuff here pre-market, and you're not really getting a lot of volume today, which is again to be expected for the most part. People will be just waiting, you know. It is for the most part a wait and see situation. So uh, not much, you know, like you can do here. This is why we kept the watch list short. You know, this is why we will not be doing like any crazy trades or making big moves. You know, we have our earning plays and we're just gonna watch them play out. You know, hopefully in our direction. But till then, you know, why risk it? You know, there isn't much that will be going on here, right? So for the most part, we'll be taking scalps, you know, here and there, trying to, you know, increase our cash, and so we can use this cash to play more earnings and stuff like that. That's the game plan here for me, right? Is using these small accounts, you know, hoard as much cash as possible and try to, you know, play as many earnings as possible. Now we are up 1.7% so far. Again, as bad as this move is, this is pretty bullish, right? Up 1.7% alone pre-market. That's a very decent move, right? But again, you hate to see it happen this way. You hate to see this chop all the way up. You want more decisive moves, you know? And so yeah, I would say I am cautiously bullish today, right? So this is where I'm at. And of course, you know, to round this up, I would look at the VIX, because if I'm seeing the VIX green today as well, I'm not very happy. We've been through this a couple of times on the live stream so far, and you guys have seen firsthand what happens when there's a divergence with the VIX. It is not a pretty sign, right? And okay, VIX is down 1%. I would not say as much down as much as you want it to be, but it's something, right? It's not nothing, it's something, right? So let's see here. Mm, man, computer picked an absolute worst time to be very slow today. Like I am like really struggling with this one here. I think I might just gonna have to restart, maybe just stop the stream and come back again. Just restart the computer, make sure it's working properly, because I don't think I'll be able to trade with it like being this slow. So I'm just gonna try one last thing here and let's see if it works. So I have a few tabs open. So let's see if we can kill them. Hopefully this will fix things up a little bit. I don't know how things are appearing on your end, guys. I hope like uh I hope you don't have a problem like with choppiness and like you can see everything properly. On my end here, it's a little bit uh difficult to see things, but hopefully like everything is getting through to you guys. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, so that helped a little, which is something. Jay says, "Good morning. Let's kill it this week. Let's go, baby. We are gonna kill it this week. One way or the other, we're gonna kill it. We're gonna be making a lot of money this week, man. I can feel it. It's gonna be a very, very exciting week. No, I'm definitely super like hyped up about it. It's gonna be a very interesting week for sure, right? And more bullish signs here. It does seem the computer seems to be responding to what we did here. Yeah, this looks good. Okay, so we're up $180 today because again the market is bullish. It looks good, right? So let's have a look at our positions here. XLF puts position not doing so hot. I mean, it's expected. Our Tesla call that we got on the Friday is up overall $50, which is again good. Uh, Netflix is down $50 overall. No worries there. AMD down $36 overall, but we are making gains today, so all is all is well. I'm gonna keep the XLF thing as a sort of a little baby hedge there. I wouldn't call this a proper hedge, but it's something, right? But with all the banks not missing and having pretty decent earnings, that is to be expected. I mean, like that does make sense. So yeah, like all is well here. Hopefully, we were at 1,600 at one point. Really need to go back up there, right? Really need to grind our way back up there. I definitely learned from my lesson, my lesson from that. So no more, no more getting greedy. We see green, we get out, as I've always been saying, right? So definitely need to be following my own advice. And hopefully my stupidity was a lesson to you guys, so you don't repeat my stupid mistakes, right? Um, but yeah, this looks good here, right? Let's see how much the futures are pricing in. What interest rate hikes are they pricing in? I'm guessing like still probably 75 is like the highest by a pretty decent margin. I mean, that goes to stands to reason, right? But again, since we're bullish pre-market, I'm guessing like the odds for 100 points decreased, and I'm guessing 50 is back on the table again. Probably not by a big margin, but it's probably back in the conversation. Because if you guys remember last week, it wasn't even on the table. It was like 0%. So my guess is 100 goes to 0%, and we get like, I don't know, 5% or something on the 50. That would make the most sense, right? So we're gonna find out. We're gonna see. Let's see what once this thing loads up, we're gonna see what happens here. All right, so let's have a quick look at the SPY, the QQQ, all the big stuff here, pre-open. Let's see how they're doing. Of course, they're going to be up pretty much. Yeah, they're up, but we have a very big gap here at the open. Again, not the ideal situation. Like I said, things looking slightly bullish. I'm not happy. Like again, not unhappy, of course, with us being up almost 2% pre-market, which is a lot. But I'm not just relaxing and saying, okay, like all our calls are gonna run, things are good. I'm still keeping a very watchful eye on this, right? I need to see like major channels getting broken here. Like I would definitely like to see 364 or almost 365 get taken out here. I would love to see some consolidation above this. We have here, of course, this trend line, if you guys can see it. This is our major downward channel that we've been channeling in. So again, for me to change my tone and be like full on bullish. I would love to see this trend line get taken out. Likely, the intersection with this resistance here will be where it gets tested, right? So again, this will be around the 370 level. We break and consolidate above this level. I will be a very, very happy bull here, right? And I feel a lot safer holding my calls. And I would say probably the same thing goes for Q, right? So again, Q is at a very important moment, make or break here, right? If it loses this line here that we have, which is again, you guys saw in the post, if it loses the 260 level, it's gonna be like pretty damn bearish for Q. And it's very interesting because like that the gap fills at 260, so it is very possible, we could see today or maybe even tomorrow going back to fill the gap. And this is where like like we're gonna get some very clear indications as to what's gonna happen next, right? So again, this week super important, very, 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 very important. And it is very okay for you guys to just like sit this week out. I'm gonna try to keep plays as small as possible and as smart as possible. There is absolutely no need or no rush to play anything this week. Like there will be a lot of movement still in the next coming weeks, all the way to the end and start of the month. So there is no problem with you guys just waiting it out, wait and see. So we're just again, the market is about to open in 4 minutes here. I will not be buying anything again at the open. For the most part, I never do, but for now, again, I'm not seeing any particular play. Uh, we have, of course, here our futures account opened up and ready. In case a play does present itself, we will be doing some scalping of the futures today. We'll be keeping an eye on options. Let's see if we can get in and out at renting. Uh, Probably won't, to be honest with you. I'm very happy with the buys I have right now, right? So let's see here. Okay, so looks good. Just gonna refresh this here and go back to our charts. 3 minutes till the open, right? So again, game plan is the same. Things do look bullish, so we'll be looking for bullish plays. But most importantly, we'll be looking to see how everything does at the open. This is gonna be like my main major thing, right? Like how well we do or how bad we do at the open, right? So I'm not gonna rush into anything. Unless I see clear bullish bias or a clear bearish bias, I'm just again sitting this all out, bidding my time here. It does look like we're about to test pre-market the upper limit of the channel, right? Which we've been channeling through for the past more than a week now at this point, honestly. So again, it's very interesting that this is where we open today. Like it's very, very interesting that the market decides that this is where we're gonna open today. Uh, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Again, computer here is being a little bit slow, even though we closed a lot of things that were open. Let's see where else we can close here. I think because I kept it on like all night yesterday, it's just kind of like punishing me for it. It's pretty unhappy with that. So sorry about that. Okay, we got 1 minute to the open here, and we are again testing it. If I have to guess, we'll probably just like hit this and just die off at the open. I mean, not die off, but just like probably like, you know, start selling down. Usually when we see moves like this at the open, it's kind of a little bit scary to be honest with you guys. Like you never know this is a bull trap or bear trap or whatever it is. So we're definitely gonna be keeping an eye on this one here. That's for sure. All right, a few seconds remaining till the open, and then we're gonna. There we go. All right, market opened. Okay, so we broke through the upper channel. Let's zoom in this. Oh wow, some very nice bullish volume right here at the open. Very interesting. Very interesting. Again, would love to see a break and consolidation above this. I would really like to see some consolidation here. This line being held properly, right? So let's see here. You can clearly see here also for the last like half hour pre-market, we're getting some bullish volume coming in. So that's good. Okay. We're almost up 2% so far overall today. Very bullish. Looks like the market is, starting to price in a few beats. Looks like the market was pretty happy with all the bank plays, right? The bank earnings are all played out. So that's definitely something. And of course, all this stuff is gonna make our calls pretty damn happy. So yeah, yes. Good thing we're in calls. Yeah, okay. There is no way in hell I'll be able to trade like this. So here's what I'm gonna do, guys. You're gonna have to excuse me for like a few minutes. I think I'm just gonna like this stream is gonna stop here momentarily. I'm just gonna restart the computer, make sure everything is working properly, and then we're gonna pick back up. So I'm gonna post a link back in the Discord again once this is done. But for now, we're just like I'm gonna stop the stream because I think we need to do a few plays here, and it's gonna be very hard for me to do that. So I'm sorry about that, but I'll be back in a few minutes, 2, 3 minute stops, okay?